This is Unite recap. We're doing a podcast to just talk about the state of the game, and pretty much any info you need in between. Um, we're part of Team Phoenix. Charles is the owner of the org. Um, I'm currently like a Phil. I run everything from bot to jungle, trying to practice top. It is what it is. This game's volatile, so I'm trying to figure out my place. Um, we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves in order, starting with Charles.
Yeah. Well, I'm the defender for Team Phoenix. As he touched on, we run our org, and we're kind of just like on the come up, and we're trying to do more um into a lot of different things, as far as guides or coaching and everything like that. So if you guys are interested in that and interested on our thoughts on meta, just to Mac every Monday for sure. Um but as far as the team goes, like me personally, like man, dude, I'm the best defender out here. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Hmm.
I play a lot of right as of right now. I play a lot of like Wrigley, Snorlax, Trees going crazy. I love Blissey though, but I kind of just like kind of adapt to the meta, kind of flow with it.
All right. My name is Ike. I'm the jungler for Team Phoenix. I play most junglers and have some small experience with Lucario top lane.
My gamer tag is Soupcan. People usually just refer to me as Soup. I am the support for Team Phoenix. I play more of a character-specific role. I've done experience top lane, very small jungle experience, and mostly bot lane experience. Like weird characters. I like a lot of Kramer, a lot of Greedent, and I feel pretty much anywhere I'm needed.
Okay, hello. I'm My name is Skrill. I am the top lane for Team Phoenix. Uh, Favorite characters probably Serena, and I like Energy Amplifier.
I remember when I saw Hoopa being announced, I saw it at work, and I saw the trailer and I saw the portals, and I thought, oh wow, that's gonna be really annoying. And then I saw its ult, and I thought, yeah, that's gonna be broken and annoying. And my thoughts that I had on day one still hold up to this day. I don't like Koopa, but it is very necessary in every team comp that is trying to be competitive.
It sucks, yeah. I like the fact that Port Hoopa's coming back a
It's
little bit
coming
though.
back. Yeah,
It's
really hard.
because I was a Port Hoopa believer day one, and now people are starting to use it because like Trick barely got
Trick nerf.
touched. Trick barely got touched.
It it no. Okay.
It got decently
I
touched.
was I
Yeah.
was with you, right? Like with Port Hoopa, right? Until I
No, we
realized
all pushed it.
that Trick Plus gave you 40% lifesteal. And then I imagined that with Cinderace and I was like, "Oh, that's a dumb like statistic, you know, because you just like junglers get, like Greninja and Cinderace just do so much damage that like you that lifesteal on a Pokemon like that isn't okay. And
Uh,
I'm pretty sure it went from 40% lifesteal to 25. Like, that's pretty significant.
that's significant, but like I'm gonna be real. Like other characters have gotten away with bigger nerfs and still
Mm.
run the same moveset.
Yeah.
Poor Greedent.
Poor Greedent.
Because
Poor
because it
Greedent.
wasn't just that. It was also I think that its cooldown got
Mm.
increased
The
and its
range got
range
the
The
got
range was the
range
big
is what
decreased.
hurt it. The range is what hurt it. I
Yeah.
don't even
It's
think the
so much
life.
smaller.
See, because like the thing about Trick is like with the lifesteal is cool, but like it's not that detrimental. Like you'd still use it because your Shadow Ball is like twice as good with Port, or twice as good with Trick than with Port. So like your Shadow Ball is better. Um, Trick still gives shield. I still gives movement increase. That what really hurt it, and what I say like they barely touch it is the range. The range is I think what hurts it the most.
hmm It's really hard to like reach your specific targets, especially when like it's so chaotic out there right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you have to like it's really hard because if you show your Hoopa's gonna get like dove immediately.
Because he's so important.
So now he has
Yeah.
to show a few more times than needed just because of Trick's range. Like especially in the pit, like if you're trying to trick someone specific, and that's part of your game plan, like
You have to be more in harm's way.
you have to get that much closer to the team fight. I really do think that's what hurts it. It's like with Dragonite, like that small range decrease. Well, it wasn't a small range; it was a massive range decrease. Um, because his like basic used to be great. But with the range decrease, I think it's what hurts it the most. Um, I still do think that Hoop is important. Um,
It's just his unite.
Uh, uh,
yeah,
so
there.
let me ask you a question though, before we keep going. So with the nerf on Trick and people swapping over to port, do you like do you think it's still like do you think people can pull it off though? Because mechanically, port is like pretty hard, you know. And sometimes, within fights, it gets all crazy and positioning now. Um it feels like whenever you play Hoopa, you already have a target on your head, you know? So, like, getting those good points off, and if you miss a port, like, it almost makes me feel like LD might be something to talk about, you know what I mean?
Uh,
I don't know.
I've been thinking about LD for a while, and like
Yeah.
I feel like LD has its place now because of like the nerfs to Buddy. I still think Hoop is better, and the more I've thought about it, the more it keeps coming back to Astonish early game. Astonish has been the biggest game
True.
changer for bot lane
Mhm.
Yeah.
since Hoopa's release. It's because your lane starts out with a ranged stun, and you basically focus your
Yeah,
stun on their confirm, so that when you coordinate your burst, Hoopa, like when you call burst, they're stunning their confirm. So your
they're
confirm
slow
on your
pokes.
side is so much stronger.
W- What's the real quick, just so I know, what's the cooldown on Astonish?
8 seconds, I think.
It's
Hmm.
like okay, so it's decently long.
Yeah, it's just you have it, to help clear lane, and then you have it for that contestable, and that's what's really interesting. And it also walking down to like get their farm, it's it's still really good because it makes it that much harder for them to confirm it, even if they pull it out of like away from the bush towards their tower, you could still
Hmm.
stun their confirms from range at like a safe distance where you're not getting poked.
Yeah. Like, you can run Snorlax spot lane, and you can most likely, secure it, but a lot of times, people, like a really good Hoopa can just stun you, like, when you go for the secure.
Hmm.
It's just, like, really hard to, like, get it. Even with Snorlax, you're,
It
like, the best secure.
it messes up Slowbro hard because you stun him during his water gun,
And there's like
like
a super obvious telegraphed when he's charging, and it
yeah.
only lasts for so long, and then he has a second delay if you don't do it in time.
Right.
No, it's super easy for Slowpoke, and he who was the best, like the most common best secure right now.
Especially because of the range. It's because he could charge it and just hold it and wait. I wouldn't say he's the best secure because like in secure, I think it's Snorlax, Wiggly.
No, I said the most common.
Yeah, he's the most
Like
common.
most of the time, they're secure as Slowpoke.
Mhm, mhm.
No. My main thoughts about Hoopa is just that every single part of the game, Hoopa now has like a hold of it,
Mhm.
and whether it be early game, second dread, and then zap fight, like just Hoopa is a pivotal part now of every single facet of the game, and I really like LD, and I would give a lot for LD to just be the support and not Hoopa, because I don't know, Hoopa's dominance is very
It's felt.
yeah,
And it
it's very frustrating at times because it really just you have to have it, and because of how it's not even like Hoopa just does so much more than Eldegoss could ever do, and I don't know. To me, it's very sad because I really did like Eldegoss.
Yeah.
and I just love the to port down your top laner, at that first dread and really get people
Hmm.
fast. You can work the ports in a lot of creative and dynamic ways, I think,
I
uh, to
I
work the map. You know what I mean?
I do want to talk about the fact that Port's having a resurgence because I think The
Yeah,
more
no,
people
top
experiment with it, the
the
more dynamic first dread is gonna get because you might see like a more you might see a less alt heavy dread fight and more of a sustained fight down in bot.
hmm
Because the trend is already jungler going bot for second Bs. So they come down, if they're winning, they generally come down at level 7. Um, so 7 through 9, generally it's just like a very like, hey, just rip on spawn. We have a level lead, you guys zone, we rip, we get it. Like that's what we were seeing all throughout like um March finals. And
yeah.
I think with the fact that we have, Hoopa Port and stuff like that, um, I think it might get put to more of a like less flippy rippy kind of like game state, or get ulti
Right.
and then just like win dread through like having an ulti and they can't contest, and more of a just go down, just be there, and like since you have Hoopa Port, you could just sustain team fights down there very well. So like it might turn into a game where like the team that's like playing around port better and bot is generally going to be the team that wins, which is kind of weird. Um,
Yeah.
and then the fact that like jungler is also able to gank top twice because of port, because you could just port him down and he's down before like dread. Um, that's really really good. So like if
Yeah.
they send their jungler bot for second Bs and your jungler goes top and gets fed because their jungler's having to share Bs with like a bunch of other teams, um, like having Hoopa port him down and then just like holding a sustained like fight to poke them off and like not really give them anything, it's like it'll be really nice. Um,
For sure. Like, man, I don't know how you can do it soup playing Hoopa, man. Because like, dude, sometimes, you throw out and this goes for anybody. Like, if you're playing Hoopa, you throw one wrong port that can cost you like the team fight. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's kind of like a lot of pressure is riding on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Because like, or if you don't call it, like you throw a port but you don't call it, your teammates don't find the port, and stuff like that. Or if you port, or if you're trying to rotate your top laner to bot lane, you portal top a little bit too early, he can't reach it, and it's just like every port you just can't throw it out, like
Hmm.
it has to be clean and calculated,
I
um
think it's
for
50-50 though. I
sure.
think it's half on Hoopa, half on the team. Like if
Yeah.
Hoopa is calling stuff out, or like Hoopa throws a port down, like you have an overlay that goes over your screen that turns your screen blue. You have a big ass port underneath you. So it's like if you're like, oh, I didn't see it, it's like your entire screen kind of like told you like, hey, you're on top of a port right now. So it's kind of, I've seen some teams like get mad at like, oh, you threw out a Hoopa port and I didn't see it, like for like the entire duration I was just standing on it. I was
Yeah.
1 HP and I needed to ulti, but they literally ported me right as I was about to hit ulti and I ulted in base or whatever. It's like you see the port, like just like
And that's where you gotta tell your teammates to put their glasses on, huh?
yeah, just more awareness. Port
Yeah.
port forces your team to have like more awareness, which you should
no,
have if you want to be good at this game. And then
it'll
also,
be it'll be very interesting to see top teams start to adopt Port Hoopa. The last tournament with Foreign Famous versus Gaming Gladiators, for them ran Port Hoopa, and yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see how the meta shifts around that, because that definitely looks like what is gonna be the more popular option.
So what do you think? If someone that's not like that is 5 second with their friends, but like they're casual players, would they still want port, or do you think trick is still good to run?
uh,
If we're talking casuals, casual 5 stacking,
Casual five stacking or casual solo queue.
5 stacking, casual 5 stacks.
I think casual five stacks. Probably. I think if I mean if the team agrees that we're gonna play port and they're gonna play around the port, it's not awfully hard to play with port. It's just whoever is your hoopa needs to have great communication of like where ports are going when they're coming up and stuff. Um,
Right. Really vocal,
But
huh?
yeah, but as
Yeah.
far as like I don't think like it, obviously there's some finesse to port Hoopa because like and of making sure that your port isn't in like a place that like your jungler has to go to and like die to get to. You have to make sure that it's in a safe place, but it's not like technically it's and mechanic wise it's not like the hardest move to play around, and it's very useful.
I still think casual 5 star, like even for like ranked and stuff like that, I still think people are gonna gravitate towards like Trick just because it's like so much easier and there's like less adaptations. So like if you're in like, aeos or the red chord, for example, and like you're just like hopping on with randoms to 5 stack, like Trick might be a better option. But like for established teams, I think Hoopa is probably gonna be running Port as the move just because you have that pre-existing synergy and understanding of like what the team wants to do. So I think in that aspect, Port is going to be like phenomenal, but I still think Trick is going to be like okay. You'll still see it. It's not going to be uncommon. Um, but having the option to play Port is really really nice now.
Yeah, I definitely agree for sure.
I think something interesting though is I think they wanted to nerf Hoopa, and I think they nerfed the wrong things about Hoopa. I think Hoopa's like biggest thing is the fact that it has an AoE stun from range. That's the biggest issue.
Hmm. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard how they're going to go about nerfing Hoopa because without his Unite, his range stun is nice, but he wouldn't be probably a metagame force like he is. There would be competition for his spot. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And if you nerf his Unite, the character is not a character anymore. You just nerfed him into the ground. There's like if his Unite is bad, there's no reason to run Hoopa at all. So, like without that stipulation of having to do both, it makes it much harder for Hoopa. And if
yeah.
you don't want the character to be completely unviable in any sense, you can't just ground his Unite. But that's really the only. I mean, yeah, again, like you said, the range stun is nice, but without his Unite, it's not worth a team slot.
I think if they just shortened the duration of the stun slowly over time, like to
Yeah, that would be
see
the most reasonable way to go about
to
it.
to see how the meta treats Hoopa, and then like wait until you see like a balance where like Hoopa's really good, but you also have like other contenders like Eldegoss and like Blissey's already really good, but like Blissey instead of Hoopa, stuff like that would be really nice to see.
Well,
Or
Hoopa's
like,
part of the reason Blissey is so good right now.
because it's like it's what they're doing with Luca right now. They're slowly like chipping away at Luca and like nerfing small facets of Luca, but like his skills are still fundamentally broken. So it's like he's still there. It's just like you're starting to see other stuff top lane, other than just Luca. Luca's still the best by far. But
Isn't Blissey a tank?
oh, Blissey's
So like Blissey doesn't take Hoopa's spot, and Hoopa's taking Eldegoss' spot because like for Hoopa, every team was Eldegoss. Like if
well,
y'all look back a little bit, like every team was Eldegoss.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Hoopa's now just a new Eldegoss.
I'm talking about the lanes that used to have like Slowbro attacker plus Blissey. Because like that was a thing for a short period when people were trying to figure out Blissey. And Blissey
Oh
getting
yeah,
buffs
yeah.
recently, I think if like Hoopa gets nerfed with the fact that like Blissey has the ability to choose between heals and anti-CC and has that option, as well as like the extra charges on like soft boil and like just the nice little like quality of life changes they added to Blissey. I think there would be lanes where you would see Blissey as the support and stuff like that. Um, so like if Hoopa gets like nerfed like they're doing with Luca, just like slowly, chip away at the character, wait for the meta to like adjust, chip away a little bit more if he's not in a spot you want as a developer. I I think you'd see more variety and um, the
Yeah.
support role. And speaking of flexibility,
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Botlane attacker and defender right now is really weird.
Yeah.
Like very weird. We're seeing a lot of tree.
Very chaotic.
We're seeing Lax come back with Defender. We're seeing a lot of Blissey. It's really interesting to see like just the small changes the devs have done over like the past two patches and how it's just like honestly it started with the Dura nerfs. Like that patch, like you started
Right.
seeing bot lane get like more and more free in terms of like what you can run. Like for a period, everybody had like Desi bot lane. Now it's like the standard is looking like Hoopa, Blissey, Ninetales, or you know, still like people are still trying to run Pika, with like Wiggly or Slowbro. Um, but bot lane in terms of
Well,
attacker and defender is like really open right now.
And, and
Pika's overtly strong right now just because of the bug that's
The
going
EXP
on.
bug.
The XP bug. It's super safe to pick Pikachu or any character.
Because you won't get level stumped.
Yeah, that doesn't evolve. But I wonder if that's getting fixed in like what 5 days.
Yeah,
I do wonder if people once that's fixed, if people are just gonna completely dump Pikachu. I still think Pikachu's really strong, but
Well, with
I
the buddy
don't.
barrier nerf, he offers less now. Like he's still really good, but like his just the best part about Pikachu was a spammable Unite, or else he was completely outclassed by Ninetales. And you still have that, but with the buddy barrier nerf, you're not throwing up as much of a valuable thing constantly anymore. That was part of the reason Pikachu was so good.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Like
true.
without that, he's got more competition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I
So
also wanted to like expand on though is circling back to the conversation of like how bot lane's getting freed up. I um I think you know what is crazy is like team comps are being like so so mixed. Like for example with Tree and Destiny and how they work and their synergies together, and then like the mix up with top lane, like what's going on. Like I love like the Blissey Machamp angle of just like getting that fat angle what Skrill does, and then I just ult him across the map with Blissey. He just doesn't die,
yeah. No, but
like
Champ Unite is crazy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think right now, honestly, the only centralized lane is probably jungle. I think by far Greninja right now is just the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's like you run like a comp and then +1, and that +1's Greninja right now. It's like you have Hoopa, you have Grin, and then like your top laner, your bot lane attacker, and your defender have like a little bit of freedom. That you can kind of mix up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, Greninja and Cinderace have always been it always felt like one of them was usually above the other, and a little while, and it's been going like this honestly since both characters came out. One would get a nerf, one would get a buff, and then one would be better than the other. And then like a couple weeks ago, like Cinderace is probably the best. Well, before Duraludon came out, everyone was like Cinderace is probably the best because Blaze Kick Plus is crazy. But the one thing that Greninja really had holding him back was his Unite charger, sorry, Unite rate charge, which I think was unjustifiably long considering that it just was the longest for no discernible reason. But now that that's just not a thing anymore, he has a regular Unite just like Cinderace or any other big ADC. There really just isn't a reason to not pick Greninja at the moment.
That's yeah. And it's just like with how bursty this meta is right now, the fact that Grin can reset his like main skill off of like just getting like a,
Kills.
a, a kill is like with the Luca example, it's inherently broken. Being able to reset your skill, no matter what champion you are, whatever Pokemon you are, like that's just broken. Like look at what was that mode where you just had no cooldowns on your skills?
Full
Full
fury
Fury.
mode.
Yeah, full fury. Like Luca and Grin live in full fury mode if they have the right conditions.
Yeah.
Like
Uh, yeah, that's another big problem with Lucario. It's just reset moves are very hard to balance because they're inherently just the strongest thing you can have is a reset move. That's why Gengar is probably one of the best solo queue Pokemon at the moment. Is just if you start racking up kill after kill, you can just endlessly throw out your moves over and over again, and you can snowball games really really hard. And with this XP bug that's going around, games are more snowbally than ever.
I think once the bug gets fixed, I think Aegis is gonna be like extremely, extremely good. He's
Yeah,
hurt by the XP bug right now because getting level 5 for him is it's extremely difficult. But the fact that like his boosted has all those stacks and you could literally just run Aegis like you're running E-Speed Luca with like a little bit like different mechanics is really
It
good.
basically is a reset ability. It's almost exactly the same principle.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
like
then
sorry.
we have his shield. So his shield, I think it's King Shield. It's the one where basically
Guard
he
swap, you mean?
no, it's King
No,
Shield.
no, it's a white guard.
Oh, Wide Guard.
Wide guard, right?
Okay,
He doesn't actually have King Shield, does he?
that's
Nope.
weird, yeah. But yeah,
That's his
so
signature move.
it
I never thought
is.
about it.
But yeah, so with his Wide Guard, it makes him immune to CC, and he gets shield.
Hmm.
If he gets hit, he gets another stack. So that's 2 stacks off of a King Shield plus immunity to CC, and you get shield. So
It'll
entering a team
be
fight with Wide Guard, so you're coming into it with shield, and then you just Sacred Sword, dice everybody up, King Shield, eject away, ulti, whatever you need to. I think it's gonna be crazy.
bro. That night that we were going ham, man, you were just going in, and the fucking Blissey ult, dude.
Yeah,
But
Blissey ult
on top
plus
of that,
Aegis is kind of crazy.
like it just goes nuts. We're tearing it up, man. That's
I'm
crazy.
definitely very excited to see where Aegis ends up because for a long time I think Aegis was too hard of a character for anyone to really want to learn when you weren't getting enough back just because his attack stat was like it was decent, but like with Cinderace you could press A lot, and like so with Cinderace it was more positioning than like actually having to think about how you're taking every single move that you throw out into a fight that breaks out. But having Aegis be buffed with a Sacred Sword is whether he goes top or jungle. If you do go jungle and making sure that you gank with Sacred Sword, going up there like once the bug is fixed, going up to first gank with Sacred Sword sounds really really strong, and I don't think a lot of other junglers might not be able to keep up. I don't know. I was gonna say, El Chico Eevee has been leaking stuff for like what the past like 4 months, and
Yeah,
pretty much everything that he's put out has has come true.
I'm
Um,
skeptical about if they do it. Will they even do it right, or will it just be like some weird offshoot mode, like the Smash Bros. One where
it'll
you pick like
be
multiple characters?
well, I think the draft mode. I think they take a page out of League's book, uh, and kind of set it up that way, with the picking bands. But
Do you guys think that
Yeah.
if they insert a draft mode, would it be a separate rank mode, like parentheses draft? Because I don't see them just changing like the regular rank is right now and just like making it draft.
Mm-mm.
I think they would make a new mode, because that's I believe that's what happened with League. I
I
see that.
feel I feel if like because I don't know who gets to decide like because the person that gets first ban gets first pick, you know. So I just feel like if you have first ban and first pick, if you ban Hoopa and get yourself that Lucario, I think it's I don't know. I feel like that would be a lot better than, I guess banning Lucario and then picking Hoopa. That might be more optimal, right? But I don't know. I think a lot of people are tired of Hoopa.
I am so happy Espeon is getting in the game. We need more Gen 2 representation. Espeon's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Should have
I'm
been
still really
Umbreon.
surprised. they never did like a combo where if you chose a certain move, like I always thought they were doing where it was Espeon and Umbreon. And if you picked your one skill, you turned it into Umbreon. If you picked a different skill, you turned it into Espeon. That's what I thought they were going to do, because that would highlight Eevee's uniqueness of the evolution method and like show them as a pair. There'll be a lot of and, like
Yeah, that would be
I-
cool, huh?
I just think
Yeah.
that would be a lot more difficult because like then you'd have like 3 different moves to choose from.
no. Like at the, you know how you get like your first move choice, you get like one of two. You know, that's basically like 2 sets. And like I think they should have done it in a way where you could have gotten like each one of them gets 1 set. You know, maybe they have one move in common that's for both of them, but they have one move that's like special for them. I'm not sure how they would balance it, but that's what like that feels very Eevee to me. That feels like if Eevee was in this game, that's how I imagined Eevee would be in the game, not Sylveon for some reason.
But I don't think they could do that with all the evolutions.
Oh no,
The
just
way-
2 of them.
Well, yeah, but like the way they're doing it, if they just do it like this, they could add all of them eventually. I mean, I
Mhm.
hope they don't, because I want more diverse representation than just more evolutions. But they definitely can.
I'm just happy we're getting more Gen 2 representation, because we finally got a Azumarill, and Piloswine kind of counts, even though I consider Mamoswine more of the thing. But like, I'm just happy it's more than just a Azumarill now. And Blissey. But Blissey really sort of doesn't count because it's more chancy. But I'm just happy there's more Gen 2.
I was so disappointed with Azumarill when he came
I
out,
d-
man.
I can't believe they nerfed him. But on the other hand, the opposite of that, Delphox exists. And I'm very upset about it.
Yeah. Delphox kind of sounds broken because.
Okay, I'm not talking about broken. I'm just mad Delphox is in the game.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
me
no,
and
listen. Okay,
Stu do not like Delphox because it
So,
sucks, and it's the right opinion.
this will be the 7th Gen 6 Pokemon added. 7. Do you know how many Gen 4 Pokemon we got? 2. We
I mean,
had
I don't
one
mind.
Gen 2
I
Pokemon.
Really like Gen 6, but
No, I'm not saying Gen 6 is bad. They're all good designs. I'm just saying that's a lot of Gen 6. We already have one Gen 6 starter.
yeah.
I don't think Delphox needed to be in the game.
Yo,
Have
give me
you guys
Psyduck.
looked into Delphox's moveset and just like not even moveset. The fact that because right now I think everyone is in the same state you know, everyone thinks that Delphox is gonna be a bot lane attacker, right?
Oh, I
Maybe
thought it'd be a
depending
jungler.
maybe depending on damage it could be a jungler, but if it's powerful, she gets her first move at level 4, just like a Pikachu, and then evolves into Delphox at level 6.
At level 6?
Yes,
Get fully evolved?
yeah, that's what I think is
I
crazy.
don't like that.
And it's not even that he fully evolves. I'm pretty sure she gets all her moves at level 6.
Well, at least you don't spend much time as Braixen, that godforsaken ugly Pokemon.
Like don't quote me on that, but I know I know that her first evolution and into Delphox is super fast. So she's gonna, I don't know. Seems like a better Venusaur. And Venusaur was super strong.
But
Yeah.
Peace out, Baba Booey.
yeah, so that's gonna be it with first podcast. I liked it. I
I
had
had
fun.
fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, this was a great first podcast. Can't wait for episode 2, man.
Oh yeah, episode 2 is gonna go crazy. Anyways, so I'd like to remind everybody, like, comment, subscribe, of course. We'll hopefully try to upload these weekly or bi-weekly. We're gonna work out a schedule for it.
I think we'll shoot for weekly if people's schedules are on point.
Of course, people
Yeah.
show up late. People show up late every night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's gonna be it. Hope you guys have a
So-
fantastic day or night, depending on your time zone, and we'll see you next time.